Hello everyone. Today I will be discussing Unit 4 of Medicinal Organic Chemistry, that is local anti-infective agents. Local anti-infective agents. These are the drugs act against the infections by bacteria, fungus, protozoan, virus and helminths, etc. Drugs of this class are designed to inhibit or kill the infecting organism and to have no or minimal effect on the recipient or host. That is, these are those drugs which prevent the spread of pathogenic microorganisms. Sometimes these drugs are also called as local anti-infective agents. Just because the infection is stopped in a particular region, disallowing the infection to spread. Coming to the first local anti-infective agents, that is sulfonamides. There are limited agents available for the treatment of most diseases of bacterial origin. Diseases like pneumonia, meningitis, dysentery, etc. could not be treated effectively until the history-making discovery of sulfa drugs. Meningitis is the inflammation of brain and spinal cord membrane typically caused by an infection, that is infection caused by virus, maybe a bacteria also. This is the structure of an sulfonamide. In 1908, Gelmo synthesized a compound para-aminobenzene sulfonamide known as sulfanilamide as an intermediate in the study of azodides. This is the structure of para-aminobenzene sulfonamide. Gerhard Domek in 1935 tested a number of these azodides for their antibacterial effects and observed that they were active against streptococci bacteria. One such azodide is a red dye, that is a 4-sulfonamide 2-4-diaminobenzene, and he named it as Prontosil. This is the structure of Prontosil. Coming to the synthesis, that is synthesis of 4-aminobenzene sulfonamide, and it has a trade names of sulfanilim, sulfamide, renamide. These sulfonamides are invariably employed against the various infections caused by various bacteria such as streptococcal, meningococcal, gonococcal and staphylococcal and pneumococcal infections. Synthesis starts from the benzene on nitration using nitric acid and sulfuric acid. We get a nitrobenzene on reduction with tin in HCl. We get an aniline on reaction with concentrated sulfuric acid with mild heating. This step is a sulfonation. That is aniline on sulfonation using concentrated sulfuric acid. We get this one, para-aminobenzene sulfonic acid. This on chlorination using PCl5, we get para-aminobenzene sulfonyl chloride. This on reaction with concentrated ammonium hydroxide, we get an para-aminobenzene sulfonamide. Coming to the mechanism of action, this Prontosil breaks down in the tissues to para-aminobenzene sulfonamide, which is known as sulfanilamide, and suggested that the antibacterial characteristics of the drug resided in this part of the molecule. The bacteria that are capable of taking up the preformed folic acid into their cells are found to be intrinsically resistant to the sulfonamides. That is, if sulfonamide drug is consumed, the folic acid doesn't enter into the bacterial cells. In fact, the sulfonamide gives rise to a false metabolite that eventually prevents its ultimate conversion to tetrahydrofolic acid. Coming to the next drug, furazolidone. It is a nitrofuran compound which is active against several gram-negative bacilli including Salmonella, Shigella, also Giardia and Trichomonas. This is the structure of furazolidone, and you can see a nitro group attached to a furan heterocycle. So it is a nitrofuran derived compound. Giardia lamblia is a flagellate protozoan which mostly lives as a commensal in the intestine, that is, which lives as a bacteria in the intestine. It sometimes invades the mucosa and causes diarrhea. This drug has also been used in diarrhea, bacillary dysentery, food poisoning, and bacterial enteritis. Bacterial enteritis is an inflammation of a small intestine. Coming to the synthesis, 2-hydrogen ethanol on reaction with diethyl carbonate, we get a cyclic carbamate. This on condensation with benzaldehyde, we get an imine. This on reaction with nitrofurfural. This moiety is called furfural, and nitro attached to this furfural is nitrofurfural, and we get a furosemide. Coming to the mechanism of action, it is believed to work by cross-linking of DNA. Coming to the next drug, naltrexonic acid. It has a trade names navigramin, negramin, and vintomylon. And this is the structure of an naltrexonic acid, which has a quinolone moiety. This is a quinolone moiety. It is the first and widely used synthetic quinolone antibiotics or antimicrobial drug. Naltrexonic acid was introduced in 1962 as a chemotherapeutic agent. It is used against UTI, that is urinary tract infection. It has also been employed against diarrhea caused by Proteus, Escherichia coli, Shigella or Salmonella, and has a special place in ampicillin resistant Shigella enteritis. Coming to the synthesis, this is an amino derived pyridine on reaction with EMME. EMME is diethyl ethoxy methylene malonate, that is diethyl, this is ethoxy methylene and malonate. On fusion under 110 degrees Celsius, we get this corresponding compound, which on reflux conditions you get a quinolone derivative. This on reaction with ethyl iodide in NaOH, and also in the second step, addition of base hydrolysis, we get an naltrexonic acid. That is, NaOH abstracts a proton, O minus shifts here to form a double bond O. This bond shifts here, this bond goes and attacks ethyl group, and iodide comes out. And in the second step, NaOH is used to convert ester to an acid. Therapeutic category. It is a powerful antibacterial, mostly effective against gram-negative bacteria. Single-handedly controlled urinary tract infections. Coming to the mechanism or mode of action, it selectively and reversibly blocks DNA replication in susceptible bacteria. Naltrexonic acid and related antibiotics inhibit a subunit of DNA gyrase and topoisomerase 4 and induce formation of cleavage complexes. Coming to the next drug, ciprofloxacin. It has a trade name called Siloxane and Cipro. And this is the structure of an ciprofloxacin. And you can see, and there is an piperazine moiety. Ciprofloxacin is the most viable and potent second line fluoroquinolones, effective very much against a broad spectrum of microorganisms. The most susceptible ones happen to be aerobic gram-negative bacilli. Synthesis. 3-chloro-4-fluoroaniline on reaction with EMME, as I said in the previous synthesis, that is diethyl ethoxy methylene malonate. On cyclization, we get an imine salt. This on reaction with cyclopropyl iodide and subsequent addition of piperazine and hydrolysis, we get this compound. Ciprofloxacin is recognized as a drug of first choice in the treatment of typhoid fever. It also produces quite rapid and virtually complete clinical relief in specific nosocomial bronchopneumonia patients. Coming to the next drug, Dapsone. It has a trade name such as diphenyl sulfone, disolone, and avlosulfone. Dapsone is a 4,4-diamino diphenyl sulfone. It also abbreviated as DDS, and this is the structure of an dapsone. Dapsone is used for the treatment of leprosy. That is, dapsone is an anti-leprotic agent, anti-leprotic drug. Leprosy caused by Mycobacterium leprae, which has been considered an incurable disease since ages and bears a social stigma. Coming to the synthesis, nitrochlorobenzene on reaction with sodium sulfide, under reflex condition we get a sulfide. This is a sulfurization reaction. This sulfide moiety on oxidation using chromic acid, we get a sulfone. This sulfone on reduction using tin HCl, that is, this nitro compound gets reduced to an amine to get a final drug. Mechanism or mode of action. It exhibits an antibacterial spectrum and mechanism of action similar to that of an sulfanilamide, that is antimetabolite to para-amino-benzoic acid. Therefore, it is a bacteriostatic. Bacteriostatic is a biological or chemical agent that stops bacteria from reproducing. And dapsone, it is a drug of choice in chemotherapy of leprosy and also for the treatment of nocardiosis. It has also been used successfully as a suppressant in the treatment of dermatitis herpetiformis. Here, nocardiosis is an infectious disease affecting either the lungs or the whole body, whereas dermatitis herpetiformis is a chronic, very itchy skin rashes made up of bumps and blisters. Coming to the next drug, aminosalicylic acid. That is, para-aminosalicylic acid, abbreviated as PAS, was introduced in 1946 as antimycobacterium tuberculosis. Tubercle bacilli have been found to affect any organ or tissue in the body, but the most common is tuberculosis of the lungs. This is the structure of an aminosalicylic acid, that is para-aminosalicylic acid. Synthesis starts from nitrobenzene on sulfonation using concentrated sulfuric acid on heating carefully. That is, it gets sulfonated on the meta position. Since nitrogen is a electron withdrawing group, so it gets sulfonated on the meta position. This nitro on reduction using tin in HCl, it is converted to amine. This on reaction with sodium carbonate in the first step and sodium hydroxide in the next step, we get an aminol, that is aminophenol. This aminophenol on reaction with this potassium carbonate in the first step and in the second step adding carbon dioxide under heating temperature and some pressure, some atmospheric pressure. This is a coal based reaction, and in the third step using careful acidification we get para-aminosalicylic acid. Here sodium carbonate abstracts a proton here and SO3 is released as a gas, and this NaOH acts as a nucleophilic which attacks here to form an amino phenol, and here potassium carbonate is a base which abstracts a proton here and forms a C minus. This minus attacks this COO2 which forms a carboxylate ion. This on careful acidification we get an carboxylic acid. Coming to mechanism or mode of action, as tubercle bacilli may survive and multiply within mononuclear cells, that is cells containing a single nucleus, the anti-tubercular agent must be able to penetrate the cell membrane. It is widely used compound both alone and with antibiotics in the treatment of tuberculosis. Coming to the next important drug, isoniazid. It has other trade names continazine, dimacrin and nitrazide. This is the structure of isoniazid. It is considered to be the drug of choice for the treatment of tuberculosis. Fast multiplying organisms are rapidly killed, but quiescent ones are only inhibited. It acts on extracellular as well as on intracellular tuberculosis and equally active in both acidic as well as in alkaline medium. It is one of the cheapest anti-tubercular drugs. Coming to the synthesis starts from the paramethylpyridine. On oxidation, using a strong oxidizing agent such as chromic acid or KMnO4 or potassium dichromate, we get an pyridine carboxylic acid, and this is an isonicotinic acid. If the carboxylic acid present in the second position, it is a picolinic. If it is in the third position, it is a nicotinic acid, which is also a niacin. If it is in the fourth position, it is a isonicotinic acid. It is also called as isoniacin. This on reaction with hydrogen, we get isoniazid. Coming to the mechanism of action, the drug stops the synthesis of mycolic acids, which are essential fatty acid component in mycobacterial cell wall. The lipid content which exposed against drug that gets reduced. The sensitive mycobacteria concentrate the drug and convert it by a catalase peroxidase enzyme into an active metabolite which appears to interact with the gene. Coming to the next drug, ethionamide. It has other names Tactor SC, iridosin, tescater. This is the structure of an ethionamide. Ethionamide is an tuberculostatic drug of moderate efficacy introduced in 1956. This compound is poor in vitro action. It acts on both extra as well as intracellular organisms. Coming to the synthesis, it starts from the amide. That is, at the fourth position there is an amide to the pyridine, and sixth position there is an ethyl group. This on dehydration using POCl3, we get amide is converted to a cyano group. That is, this is a dehydration reaction. This on sulfurization using H2S in triethanol amine. This is a solvent for this reaction. We get an ethionamide in a good condition. And there is an other route which is very simple. That is, this amide can be directly converted to ethanamide in a single step using P2S5 or else using Lawson reagent in ultrasonication or else thiourea under reflex conditions. Coming to the mechanism or mode of action, ethionamide inhibits peptide synthesis in mycobacteria by blocking the incorporation of amino acids containing sulfur such as cysteine and methionine. Coming to the next term, ethambutol, which has other names such as ethambutyl, ethambutolone and myambutyl. This is the structure of an ethambutyl, which is a symmetric one. Ethambutyl is chemically named 2,2-ethylene diimino di-1-butanol. It is an antimycobacterial agent. Coming to the synthesis, 2-aminobutanol, that is isomers of 2-aminobutanol are separated using D-tartaric acid, that is we get a plus isomer. The two molecules of 2-aminobutanol on reaction with dichloroethane, we get an ethambutyl. That is, this amino group comes and attacks this carbon and chloride is eliminated, and one more molecule of amino comes and attacks here and this chloride is eliminated to form an ethambutyl. This is a symmetric molecule here. Coming to the mechanism or mode of action, this drug inhibits arabinogalactan synthesis. Arabinogalactan is a biopolymer consisting of arabinose and galactose monosaccharides. This drug inhibits this synthesis and to interfere with mycolic acid incorporation in mycobacterial cell wall. It has been found that it complexes with divalent cations and inhibits the function of amines, for example, spermine and spermidine. Coming to the next drug, fluconazole. This is the structure of a fluconazole which have 2 units of triazole heterocycle. Fluconazole is a drug for superficial and deep antifungal infections. It is a newer water-soluble triazole having a broad spectrum of activity. Starting with synthesis, ketochloride on reaction with triazole. Here triazole is highly basic. The lone pair of nitrogen comes and attacks here with the elimination of Cl. That is elimination of HCl to form a one molecule of a triazole. This on reaction with trimethyl iodide and sodium iodide we get an epoxide. This on reaction with one more equivalent of triazole, that is a lone pair of nitrogen comes and attacks this position with the ring opening to form this alcohol. Coming to the mechanism or mode of action, the triazole, which inhibits the fungal cytochrome P50 enzyme, that is lanosterol 14 demethylase, and thus impair ergosterol synthesis. That is, this fluconazole inhibits the lanosterol demethylase enzyme, hence ergosterol synthesis is stopped. The lower toxicity of triazole is correlated with a lower affinity for mammalian cytochrome P450 and lesser propensity to inhibit mammalian sterol synthesis. Coming to the next drug, euconazole. This is similar to that of fluconazole, but it is an imidazole containing drug. Euconazole is an antifungal drug. It is active in vitro against dermatophytes, yeast and dimorphic fungi. Dermatophyte is a pathogenic fungus that grows on skins. Its clinical use is confined mainly to topical treatment for dermatophytic and superficial candidal infections. Coming to the synthesis, as in the fluconazole, it starts with an ketobromide on reaction with an imidazole. Imidazole is a very mild base, hence sodium ethoxide is utilized to remove the proton, which forms N-. This comes and attacks this carbon with the elimination of Br to form an imidazole derived product. This on reduction using NaBH4 sodium borohydride, ketone is converted to an alcohol. This on reaction with an parachlorobenzyl chloride, that is the lone pair on oxygen comes and attacks here but not here, because this is an sp2 hybridized carbon, this is an sp3 hybridized carbon. Therefore, lone pair on oxygen comes and attacks this carbon with the elimination of chloride ion to form an iconazole. Coming to the mechanism or mode of action, at lower concentrations, the iconazole inhibits ergosterol synthesis by inhibiting C14 demethylation of lanosterol. The drug can combine with free fatty acids in the membrane to cause cell death. Coming to the next drug, cresofulven, and this is the structure of the cresofulven. Cresofulven is a natural product first obtained from Penicillium cresofulven in 1939, known as an antibiotic, and has been used against plant fungal pathogens and also against dermatophytes. Coming to the synthesis, methoxyacetylene on reaction with crotonaldehyde in the presence of N-butyl lithium and as followed by the addition of manganese oxide, that is manganese dioxide, we get an product which is an Michael acceptor, that is Michael double acceptor of dienone. See, this is a Michael acceptor. Since we have a 2 here, hence it is called a Michael double acceptor. In the second step, this highly substituted phenol on reaction with this chloro compound in the presence of AlCl3, that is, it is an acylation, Friedel-Crafts acylation reaction. And in the next step, addition of sodium acetate, we get an cyclic compound. This on reaction with the first compound obtained in the first step, that is a Michael acceptor. In the presence of tertiary butoxide, we get an cresofulven, that is we get an 2 isomers of cresofulven. Antimalarial agents. Antimalarials are chemotherapeutic agents which are used for the prevention and treatment of malaria. It is still one of the most dreadful protozoal diseases affecting man. The causal organisms responsible for malaria belong to the genus Plasmodium, which is of the class of protozoa called as sporozoa. There are 4 different species which are accepted as being responsible for human malaria. That is Plasmodium malariae, the parasite of quartan malaria; Plasmodium vivax, the parasite of benign tertian malaria; Plasmodium falciparum, the parasite of malignant or subtertian malaria; and the last one, Plasmodium ovale, the parasite that causes a mild type of tertian malaria. The host of drug substances either isolated from the plant sources such as quinine, quinidine, cinchonine, cinchonidine, artemisinin, these are the natural plant alkaloids, or as the synthetic compounds such as chloroquine, paludrine, pamaquine and primaquine, etc. are being used profusely in tropical countries to fight the menace of malaria as a life-saving drugs. Coming to the first anti-malarial drug, chloroquine, it has other trade names such as Resorcin and Aralen. This is the structure of an chloroquine. Drug used for prophylaxis, treatment and prevention of relapses of malaria. Chloroquine is a rapidly acting erythrocytic synthocide against all species of Plasmodia. Coming to the synthesis, chloroaniline on reaction with enol isomer of diethyl 2-ketoglutarate, that is, it is an isomer of ketoglutarate. If it is a CO, it is a ketoglutarate. We get an corresponding compound. This on heat and subsequent addition of NaOH, we get an quinolone derivative. This on heating, carboxylic acid is eliminated, that is CO2 is eliminated. This is a decarboxylation step. This on subsequent addition of POCl3, chlorinating agent, OH is eliminated and Cl is attacked here. This chloro compound on reaction with this an amino compound, this nucleophile comes and attacks here and chloride is eliminated to get a chloroquine. Coming to the mechanism or mode of action, the drug particularly causes significant dysfunction of the acid phagosomes in plasmodia and also in human leukocytes and macrophages. Coming to the last drug, primaquine. This is the structure of an primaquine. It is also one of the anti-malarial drug which specifically kills the primary exoerythrocytic stages of Plasmodium vivax, Plasmodium falciparum, Plasmodium malariae and Plasmodium ovale, and the secondary exoerythrocytic form of all except Plasmodium falciparum, which has no secondary forms. It is extensively used for the radical cure of relapsing vivax malaria. Synthesis, which is a single step. Aminoquinoline on reaction with this chloro compound, that is the nucleophile, that is the amine is a nucleophile which comes and attacks this carbon, the chloride is eliminated to get a primaquine in a good yields. The difference between a primaquine and a chloroquine is an primaquine is an 8 amino derived quinolone, that is there is an amino group here which is in the 8th position, whereas chloroquine is an 4 amino quinoline derivative. Coming to the mechanism or mode of action, it has also been observed that it particularly inhibits the gametocyte stage that essentially helps to eliminate the form required to infect the mosquito carrier. It also appears to disrupt and destabilize the parasites mitochondria via several processes that include maturation into the subsequent resulting forms. Coming to the therapeutic category, this both primaquine as well as chloroquine acts as an anti-malarial as well as anti-amoebic agent. This is all about local anti-infective agents. In the next class, I'll be discussing psychoactive drugs, which is chemotherapy of the mind. Thank you guys. See you in the next class. Bye bye.